The Alleghany Journal got a call from Chris Rohr, I don't know, it was a couple weeks ago, and they said, hey Jerry, we're going to be doing this registration event coming up. Well, actually it's a series of events, and everybody knows the Little League program around here has been so cool for so long. In fact, Chris, one of the things I enjoy the most each year is getting out there with a video camera when everybody's running through the fence and going out on the field.
Opening day.
Little League opening day in Clifton Forge is just a stellar time. It's really great. So we said, hey Chris, come on in, let's talk a little bit about the season this year, and let's talk about how does somebody who has a boy or girl who wants them to become involved in Little League, how do they go about it? So, Chris, it all started officially last night, and at the Clifton Forge Armory. Tell us, what's the process of getting signed up for the Little League?
Pretty much, it's simple. If your kid has never played before, all we do is ask for you to bring in a copy of your child's birth certificate to the sign-ups. But we also got online registration going on too, which is a kind of a new thing for us because we couldn't get it up and going last year. We got the bugs worked out of it this year.
I have a feeling it's going to be popular.
It's caught on real good so far.
Well, you know, one of the things about the Clifton Forge Little League, and of course, if you live in this small area, you're probably familiar with Linda Park and some of the other venues, but it's just a great time for everybody. The Linden Park is particularly nice, and other facilities are well. And, you know, hot dogs and dogs running around and kids, and it's just a cool thing. It kind of almost reminds me, Chris, of the 60s and 70s. I mean, tell the public, Chris, how much money do they have to have, or what are the costs of getting your son or daughter involved in Little League?
There's no cost. It's absolutely free to sign up your child. Ages 4, little 4-year-olds to 16.
Hat and uniform and everything.
Yep, hat. Well, typically you're probably spending $5-10 on a pair of pants. That's it. The league provides a hat and a shirt, and it has the sponsor's name on the front, number on the back, and that's what they wear in the games.
At the end of this video, after this brief chat, we will have information on all the dates and times. If you want to sign up your youngsters in person, you can do that, and then we'll have a link so that you can do this newfangled online. Well, I guess if you buy it from Amazon, you can certainly sign up your kid for Little League online. Anything new going on with Little League that's changed this year versus last year?
Well, we've got some new faces on our board. We have a new president, Michael Reed, and he's very anxious about trying to get some new teams in there and doing some different activities with the kids.
And give the public a feeling for the schedule. How many, if you sign up for a team, about how many games do they play?
Well, you got your practices before opening day, which normally is about 4 weeks, and it can vary as far as how many practices during the week. And then once the season starts, you normally have about 22 games somewhere in that neck of the woods to play.
And when do the games start and when do they technically end?
Opening day this year will be April 27th at Linden up on the Heights. Normally we try to get it done before June, but weather permitting, that always plays a big...
Mother Nature has to cooperate.
And we had problems with that last year. Bad.
Well, we had an interesting conversation with Tina Hostetter, and it was so funny, Chris, as we were trying to conduct the interview, and I was going to hook her up with a remote mic, and I did, and I said, oh, it'll be nice and quiet. And the kids were making all kinds of racket and stuff, and I said, well, isn't that what we want?
Oh, yes.
It's so, Little League it's a whole bunch of fun, and instead of going on and on and on, making this video too long, I think it would be nice if people would have a feel of understanding who all is eligible, Chris. If I live in this place or that place, what does that matter? Who is eligible technically for Clifton Forge Little League?
We have our boundaries, and technically it's the city of Covington, Clifton Forge, Alleghany County, Iron Gate, Upper Botetourt, which Upper Botetourt, our line will go right on the outskirts of Fincastle.
Well, that's quite a ways down, though.
And
so kids from Eagle Rock can come?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
All the way over to Buchanan.
Oh, I didn't know Buchanan.
Yeah.
Well, so And then finally, in terms of total participation, what do you regard as success? 100 kids involved, 200, 300? What kind of range of participation? I know kids like to play video games now.
Yes.
Things have changed a little bit. What would you consider success?
Well, I mean, we've been averaging anywhere from 250 to 300, and that's a good number for us. I'd like to see more, a lot more, but I classify that as a good number.
So, in terms of a team, the total number of kids on a team, is that like 15 or 12, or how does that work?
We normally try to keep it about 12 to 13 kids per team. That way everybody's getting a little bit of playing time, and you're not having to try and wiggle everybody around so much to do everything. Normally about 12 to 13 per team.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of the public, these people do wonderful work. It's some of the most fun times I've ever had since I've lived here. They're exciting games. The officials, the players, the coaches who give so many hours of their time in this, and the kids learn sportsmanship and not just the game, but sportsmanship and ethics. And it's just a really great scene here in Clifton Forge because of fellows like this. And Chris, we thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.